Hey, the BeerBiceps guy brings you TRS clips. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon. Now, you said that, the books from India inspire you. One of the concepts that I've picked up from those books, it's kind of like a deep concept, but it basically said that the rewards that you receive in life are equally a result of your hard work, but also your karma. How good you've been as a person, how honest you've been as a person, how truthful you've been. Um, you have broken out as a content creator all over the world, and there's a lot of other people who are trying to do what you're doing. There have been tons of other people. So I want to ask you, from this perspective of this learning, what have you done correct in life? Have you been guided by the right people? Have you constantly kind of held on to your own ideals, your own ethics? Like, what's gone right for you according to yourself?
Yeah, good question. I'd say that in my heart and my intention, I've only wanted to do good for others and serve others and support others. So even when I started creating content, or even when I worked in the city, or when I became a monk, my intention was always to serve and to help others. My intention was never motivated by big results or anything that's happened in my life today. I never thought it would happen. And I never even believed that that was the goal, or that was the reason I was doing it. The reason I was doing it was I believed that I uncovered this incredible wisdom and I wanted to share it. That was it. And so I think sometimes our intention gets dirty or messy. Sometimes really our intention is ego driven, or sometimes it's money driven, or sometimes it's results driven. And none of those things are bad. You can have money, you can be famous, you can be successful. But if that is your reason for doing it, if that is your intention for doing it, it won't satisfy you even if you get there. And actually, if you do it for a deeper reason, you'll probably get there faster and you'll be happier when you actually receive it. And so one thing for me is, and I work on this every day, it's not that I've mastered it, but every day I'm working on my intention to always be of service, to always want to help. So that's one thing. The second thing I'd say is that I met all the best teachers and mentors in my life. The coaches and the guides that I have in my life, they all always remind me of how far I have to go. So I'm not surrounded by yes people. I'm surrounded by people who will say, Jay, this is great, but how deep is your meditation? Or this is great, but how much have you really overcome your ego? So they're always checking me in a positive way. They encourage me, they give me hope, but they also humble me at the same time. And I think that having people like that in your life who know your passion and your purpose, but they also know how to bring out your greatest potential, is really important. And the third thing I'd say is that I've really worked on my craft. I think people forget that, I was fortunate enough to go to public speaking school from age 11 through to age 18 because my parents forced me. So I've done 7 years of public speaking training. From the age of 18 to 28, I gave lectures and classes for 3 hours a day when I had 0 followers and made 0 money and had no online following. So I was doing it because I loved it. And I didn't even know that anyone would ever care. But for 10 years, from age 18 to 28, every day I was studying, learning, speaking, sharing. And most importantly, it's only sharing what you're applying in your life. So sometimes we try and share ideas that we haven't experienced yet. And for me, it's always been to try and share ideas that I'm practicing and experimenting and trying to learn. And I think that works. So these are all things that I haven't mastered, but they're things that I'm constantly working on. But I think they're sometimes forgotten when people see the last 4 years, but we don't look at the last 15 years. And then you miss out on that journey.